All right, one, you book it. Andy, you book it one more time. I'm not sure. I'm kind of in between, my friend. You know what I mean? What's up, fam? It's your boy Demir here, purveyor of all sounds, underground. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel today, where I'll be discussing the topic of track IDs, whether or not you should give it up and how you should go about asking for it. I'm going to try and capture all of that great essence in the same conversation. But before I do that, what I need from you is that SLC. Hit subscribe, like, comment, and more importantly, hit the notifications bell to stay in touch with the new videos that we have up and coming. Okay, so let's talk about the wonderful art and conversation about track IDs. And it's even more, I would say, exacerbated as a result of social media. You post something and, I mean, you know, there's bound to be someone that says track ID, 3 question marks minimum. So anyways, do I think it's a nuisance? Not necessarily, but back in the day, if you're dealing with some OGs and you go up to them and ask them, yo, what was that track you just played? Don't be surprised if you find some of them will just give you the blank stare, the silent treatment online, just no response whatsoever. And, you know, maybe a smile if you're lucky. But again, they ain't giving up anything. And that just comes back in the days of, you know, having to dig for records and, you know, talking to certain producers or even talking to managers to get to the producer or DJ to get that track, that hot business that nobody else has. So that culture is very much still there, especially with the OGs. You know, some people call me an OG as well. I'd like to think I'm in between, but fine. I'll accept the title of that. But I come from that culture, but I also embrace what's going on now, which leads me to point number 2, which is to just simply dig. The art of digging has become so much easier now. Like, you literally have in your palm your mobile phone that will tell you, you know, what song is playing or something that is similar to it. Very frustrating when you can't find out what it is if nothing comes back from those apps like SoundHound, Shazam, or whatnot. But you still have the power of the internet to research, okay, well, who was playing the track that you saw out or mix you listened to. You can ask those people directly because they're so much more accessible. The world is a smaller place. And you might not get a response, but you can keep searching and searching and searching, and someone's bound to know what the track is. Good luck, however, if the track that was dropped is from the 90s and nobody is helping you out. But your chances might improve if you do make that commitment and dedication to dig for the unique, hot shit. Point number 3, from a DJ perspective, I don't always answer track IDs. I don't always give it up. If it's some shit that I've recently discovered and is available somewhere but nobody really knows about it, but it's making a distinction in my sets, it creates a really good response every time I play the track. I'm not going to give that up to you so readily. I mean, I might tell you when I'm done with it because I want to move on to some other shit, but I'm just letting you know that sometimes I might not do that. And that's okay. If you're a DJ and you're feeling this immense pressure when people are on your social media and saying, yo, what's the track ID? Why are you being such a dick or a fool for not telling me what the track ID is? That's okay, because you're the one that knows and nobody else needs to know. And you're rocking it as is for your own intense purposes. All right, and point number 4, track listings. I think more and more as I do mixes for different radio shows or different podcasts and stuff, and when these guys ask me for a track list because they say, we need it for the purpose of radio, or we want to spit it over to a Spotify playlist, I'm not really down with that necessarily. Like, one is the effort involved, And secondly, I know that some of these tracks I dug for. So why am I just going to make that readily available? And there's only upside for me when I make that type of decision, because if I don't provide a track list, people will keep coming back to the list, the mix itself, and playing it over and over again and asking other people, hey, have you heard the song? Do you know where I can find it? And all of that. That is the right thing. And if anything, it extends the lifetime of the mix, because anybody and their dog can make a mix today and post it up on SoundCloud or Audius for that matter, and keep things moving that way. So track listings, I'm not necessarily down for, unless, and this leads me to my next and final point, is unless there is a promotional opportunity involved. So if I've released a track and it's in the mix, and it's new, I want to extend the lifetime or the life of the release, sure, I'll give up a track listing. Sounds selfish, because it is selfish, and very intentional and strategic for that matter. But really and truly, in the longer run, even if it involves some of my own edits and shit, I'm not sure I'm keen to do a track listing necessarily, because I want people to dig for this shit and keep coming back to the mix to enjoy the way I curated and put it together. And just another point to extend on the promotion side, again, if it's an edit I've done, I'll give that up readily if I'm out, in a situation playing tracks or whatever, and someone asks me, yo, what is that track? If it's an edit or an unreleased thing, I'll be more than happy to say, yeah, that's my shit, or that's some shit coming from my label, check us out, stay in touch. So kind of dovetails off of my earlier point on, it's okay sometimes to just not give it up or just make it so accessible to everyone. Everyone's playing this dumb game of access, namely Spotify, and you can check out my video on Spotify for this one, but I just think, what's the point? If it isn't paying you well, why fall into that and make it easier for others? You can keep talking to me about the music discovery game, but quite frankly, good music always wins out regardless of the situation, and I don't necessarily have to give you a full-blown track list so you can post it on your Spotify and gain more followers while I'm the dude that did all of the work. So anyway, that's just my opinion. And those are my final thoughts on track IDs. Let me know what you think about this one, because I know you guys are bombarded with these questions all the time. If you're in DJing situations, or if you posted something up and people are curious about it, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. And again, the conversation doesn't have to stop here. You can join me on my Discord server for all of these types of conversations in a like-minded community that's pushing one another in their journey towards a DJ and producer career, or if they're just passionate about it as a hobby. It's a great way to stay connected. So check us out. Much love and respect to you. Peace.